Many consider southeastern swamps a forbidding and hostile environment. Their trackless black waters and dense cypress and tupelo forests suggest many hidden perils. Okefenokee is the largest blackwater swamp in North America. Most of the swamp averages a depth of 2 to 10 feet. Beneath the dark tannin-stained surface, a myriad of small creatures thrive, part of a complex food chain largely hidden from sight. The largest and most visible predator in the swamps is the alligator. They eat fish, birds, amphibians, muskrats, and even deer. Because of their slow metabolism, they can survive on 1 meal a week. In 1967, they were placed on the endangered species list. Today, about 1 million of these prehistoric reptiles have come back from the edge of extinction. Loss of habitat has been their greatest threat. A group of yellow-bellied slider turtles share a sunning ramp with a young alligator. Like all reptiles, these turtles need to sun themselves to regulate their body temperature. Good camouflage is an essential strategy for survival. The southern leopard frog blends so well with the leaf litter that even the stripes on his back match the dead pine needles. A sunbathing water moccasin snake blends artfully with his surroundings. The brown water snake is also a master of disguise. After gorging on 3 wood duck eggs stolen from a nesting box, the yellow rat snake relaxes on an overhead branch while digesting his meal. A few days later, the snake returned to the scene of the crime, as if looking for seconds. A new day dawns for Bear Island in South Carolina. This tidal marsh is a protected area for local endangered species and migratory birds. For generations, Americans thought of wetlands as wastelands. Almost half the wetlands in the United States were destroyed until environmental safeguards were enacted in the 1970s. Through stricter laws and management plans, people are fighting to protect remaining swamps and fragile wetlands for future generations. These measures have helped to bring back bald eagles to their former nesting grounds. A black-necked stilt feasts on aquatic invertebrates in the shallow mudflats. Avocets often stick their heads underwater to swish their long upturned bills left and right to stir up bugs and crustaceans. This is an important migratory route for so many birds. They pause here to feast in the shallows. Audubon Swamp Garden in South Carolina is an ideal nesting site for great egrets. Resplendent with their green facial markings and breeding plumage, the courting couples carefully build their nests with gathered twigs and branches. The male makes trips all day to bring in suitable building materials, while the female supervises home decoration. If successful, They will lay a clutch of eggs and hopefully raise a new generation of egrets. Courting great blue herons are affectionate nest builders. Great blues are skilled hunters. Their sharp long bill is ideal for spearing fish, frogs, and even baby alligators. During nesting season, the parents are under enormous pressure to steadily supply food to their ravenous chicks. Mother Great Blue keeps a wary eye on courting egrets that will sometimes attack her vulnerable chicks. The youngest bird often gets fed last. While mother tries to preen her feathers, this hungry youngster makes a perfect nuisance of himself. She's probably thinking, "I can't wait for the kids to move out." The barred owl is the only brown-eyed owl in North America. This ghost-like bird hunts for small mammals, reptiles, birds, and even fish. His compact wings help him to fly silently through the trees. Perched silently on a branch, shrouded with Spanish moss, this owl blends well with his swamp domain. In quiet moments, the barred owl preens his feathers. A controlled burn of undergrowth at the Beidler Forest is an important part of forest conservation. Smaller controlled fires may well prevent future conflagrations. The beauty of sunlight filtering through the smoke is an added bonus for photographers. Swamps are important habitats to preserve because they shelter such diverse ecosystems. These wetlands act like giant sponges, absorbing extra rainwater and helping to protect nearby urban areas from flooding. Lack of these natural buffers proved disastrous during the floods in New Orleans and Houston. Swamps are also excellent filtration systems, able to absorb and purify many of the toxins or excess nitrogen produced by agricultural runoff and other human activity. We can now prove that the natural world and the civilized world must live together or perish together.